What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Billy coming at you today. We got a big deal, man. We got a big project we're working on next to me, and I'm gonna show you guys in just a minute. We're only partially way through, but today we are going to show you guys how to best put wheel rings and lights on the wheel ring of your Slingshot, if that's what you're doing. Now, we have spent probably the past 7 or 8 hours taking and putting the lights on the back, and we've done 2 to 3, but on this last one I'm going to show you all how to best do it, how to best get the ring on, and how to best put your lights on so they look the best and they rotate in the best direction. So with that, I want to give a big shout out to my boy Slingshot Parts, man. He hooked us up, and I will make sure that the link is in the description for him, his Facebook. He hooked us up. Now, those of you who don't know, me and my boy Bobby have a podcast, the Slingshot Shit Show, the Billy and Bobby Slingshot Shit Show. You guys should be checking that out. If you're not, you can download it anywhere you normally download a podcast, or you can just go to billyandbobbyss.com, because that's how we roll. But with that, let me show you guys these awesome wheel rings that we've got. So these were custom made for us. So what I'm gonna do, so guys, you can see Slingshot Shit Show. It's got our emblem right here. These are the wheel rings that our boy Slingshot Parts made. So pretty awesome. Shout out to him. Okay, guys, so this isn't gonna be a super long video, but we've already started. We've got Slingshot up on jack stands, which I highly recommend. The wheels got to come off for obvious reasons, but something else that's got to come off is the caliper and the rotor. So we're going to do that. Now, if you're not familiar with how to do this, it's pretty simple. It's only 2 bolts that hold it. So both bolts are 17 millimeter. So what I would do is just, you know, make sure you have your ratchet 17 millimeter. Make sure you have a torque wrench too, because they need to be torqued to 75 foot-pounds on each one of the caliper bolts, so you put that back in. So let me show you which bolts I'm talking about. So the ones I want to point out to you they're pretty obvious, right? So we have this bolt right here, because it connects in to the caliper itself, and then the other bolt you'll see is right here. This is the other 17 millimeter bolts. Now, the ones that have the little springs right here, don't worry about those, because those are the wrong ones. But this one right here, and then this one right here, both of those come off. So let's get these off and show you guys how the rings put on. Okay, guys. So moving forward, this is what we got. We have the 2 bolts right here. If I can catch it, we have 2 bolts here. These are the 17 millimeter bolts that hold the caliper on. Now, it should make a note that when you take that caliper off and it slides off, you need to have something to support it, because the lines aren't long enough to touch the ground, and I fear that putting pressure on those lines will cause some issues. So always try to support the caliper when you can on this. Now, if you notice here, once you take the caliper off, the rotor just comes right off. So if you're looking to do brakes and rotors, well, there you go. So I'm gonna hand this off to my boy, and I'll show you the best way to feed this. All right, so what I like to do is just take the rotor off for just a second and lay it down here. Where's our ring? So we got our ring here. My trusty helper over here is giving me a hand here. Now, not all rings, but a lot of the rings are different, right? So Z-rate rings are different than the Slingshot Parts, Tony's rings. And one of the big things that we noticed between Z-rate's rings and Tony's are the weight and the way that they're built. And these rings are sturdy. They're heavy. They're powder coated, which, I mean, that's not a big, so does Z-rate. So, and they're wider too. If you notice that these are pretty wide right here, you can put, I think you can put like 8 strips of lights on here. We're only going to be putting 2, but if you wanted to put 8, you could. So I'm not saying that Tony's are better. I'm saying they're different, and they're heavier, and they appear to be made from maybe a thicker metal. So keep that in mind when you're looking to buy rings. Now we're doing Lite the Nite, the deluxe kit, which come with wheel rings. but we chose not to do those because we had these awesome custom ones made. So, so here's what we're going to do. In order to make this happen, and to make this work, it's pretty simple. So these two bolts right here are going to line up to where your caliper bolts are going to line up. But in order to do that, you have to feed the caliper through the ring, okay? And once you do that, there you go, just set this down. Once you do that, all right guys, so what we've done here is we've put the ring, we haven't put the bottom bolt in. One thing that I did learn when you're trying to line up these two 17mm bolts is to only hand tighten the top, give it a little bit of playroom. It allows you to get the bottom caliper bolt in a lot easier. So if you look at it from backwards, you'll see that once this gets put in, it's going to be pretty level. So that's it. So let's get the bottom bolt in and finish it up. Alright guys, so it's going to take some adjusting to get these caliper back on. It likes to rotate and everything else, but if you look on the back side of here, you'll be able to see the wheel ring bolt going back through on the outside here. Some will tell you to put a little bit of Loctite. I believe it's red lock. Is it red or blue? Which one's weaker?
Red.
Red. So a little bit of red Loctite here. We didn't put any on because there's none in from the factory, but some have suggested that. But we're going to torque this down to 75 foot-pounds on both ends. So that one as well as this one right here. And then we'll be done. Let's take it out. All right, guys. So the ring is on. It's here. It's not going anywhere. It's got these two bolts holding it, and it looks really good. This is a really nice looking wheel ring. By no means am I saying one's better than the other. I just want to put that out there. This is just a product that we got from Slingshot Parts, who hooked us up with these. Got some nice powder coating. We're going to put these two strips on and do the rest of the kit, which I'll show you in a different video. But just so you know, we found this out. So this is powder coated, but so we put alcohol before we put the lights on. We cleaned the whole surface with alcohol, and then I put a 3M adhesive promoter on top of it. After that dries right here, and that really just makes the lights stick. They don't come off. Some guys don't use it. Some guys just use alcohol. I use promoter and alcohol just because it sticks so much. And then one thing to remember is these little small holes or slots you'll see right here. I usually run 4 wire ties all the way around once the lights are on in order to get that. Now, if you're putting these on the front, we are going to be putting these on the front. We're going to follow the line, your end of your light strip with the cord needs to be right back here, and we're just going to follow this air line or this brake line all the way back around up into the engine compartment. So we'll show you guys that a little bit later as it gets if we get more finished, but I just wanted to show you that right now. So hey, listen guys, thanks again for watching. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. My boy Bobby over here, he's exhausted too. This is a lot, you know, and realistically you can do this as a one-person job, but it's probably better if you have two, just to make things a little bit easier. But these look really good. I'm so excited to show you what this thing looks like once we're done with it, and I think you're all going to like it. If you like the channel, please click the like button, click the subscribe button. Helps me out, helps me get some more subscribers. We're really trying to reach that 1,000 mark. So yeah, if you like that, then hit it up. Also, again, follow us on the podcast, right? So BillyandBobbySS.com, or download us, the Billy and Bobby Slingshot Shit Show, anywhere that you normally download your podcast. Spotify, Apple, iHeart, doesn't matter. We're there. Come check us out. Thanks again. You guys have a good day.